For those of you who don't know us personally, my name's Chad. This is my wife, Danielle. We wanted to make a quick video to let you guys know how we're doing during this quarantine. Next week will be 4 weeks that I haven't been able to work because of my occupation being a personal trainer. I had to close my gym down. The first week was very tough for me. I had a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry, not knowing how long this was going to last, not having income coming in. But over the last 3 weeks, I don't have that anxiety and that worry anymore. I've been spending a lot more time in the Word and praying, seeking God, and there's been a lot of conviction for me. I realized with all this time I've been seeking God that before the quarantine there was many things that I was putting in place before God, that I wasn't seeking Him as much. I was doing other things, so there's been a lot of conviction in that. So that's been a blessing. And I think that's what God's using this time for, is for His children to have the time to be able to seek Him more by reading Scripture and praying. So that's some of the things that I've been dealing with over the last 3 to 4 weeks.
I've definitely been struggling and feeling conviction in my heart for being jealous of those who get to stay home, like Chad, getting to spend time outside and in the Word and doing things that they haven't been able to get done in a while, catch up on housework or projects. So I'm at work, quarantined in my little office every day, looking on social media and these things, envying those who are staying at home right now, wishing that I could be at home. And I know that that is something terrible to be wishing, and I'm feeling a lot of conviction in my heart, because I'm sure those who are at home, like my husband, I guarantee you he would much rather be at work training clients than sitting at home staring at the paint on the walls. So I'm feeling conviction in that. So that's one of the main things that I'm struggling with. Also struggling with my husband being at home, just worried about him, how he's handling it, taking it, because this is a large change in his schedule, but it seems like he's doing a really good job, studying a lot, being in the Word, reading Scripture for hours and hours a day. So that's taking up a lot of his time and keeping him pretty much sane. So I'm thankful that he's doing those things, because that makes me not have to worry as much about him.
And during these times, I think of the scripture of the disciples and Jesus in the boat when the storm came, and the violent storm comes, and Jesus is, sleeping peacefully, calmly on the boat, and the disciples are worried. They're terrified that they're going to drown, and they wake him up. And Jesus, just by his voice, calms the storm. And I think that's a great passage that we can look to. And we're all going through some kind of storm right now, some kind of trial, whether it be you're not working, you're worried about getting fired, you're worried about coming in contact with the coronavirus, whatever your storm may be. The same God that calmed the storm in those scriptures is the same God that we worship. And I think that's a great passage of scripture that we can look to, is that God is in control. No matter how big the storm is that we're going through, He will calm it. He is in control over it. And we can be still, as He told the storm to be still. We can be still and trust in God and have that peace in our heart to know that He will work out all things good to those who are in Him. I just think that's a great passage of scripture, and hopefully some encouragement for you guys to look at. As far as what we miss about church,
we definitely miss the church. Last Wednesday, whenever Kevin was doing the prayer night, and he was saying how he couldn't wait for us to come back to church so he could hug everyone's neck, I was crying and saying to the TV, Kevin, I miss you too, crying, just like I'm about to start crying right now, because we do miss the church. We miss gathering together on Sundays, even though we weren't the most active people in the church. I feel like this time away from the church is giving us like this fire and this drive to want to come back and to be in different ministries. So we can't wait for that. We definitely miss you guys. We love you guys, and we can't wait to go back and be more active in the church and make new friends and be better disciples.
Yes, that's another thing. I think this time is really showing us, and we speak about it often, how important being a member of the local body church is, and how much we love you guys, how much we miss you guys, and we just can't wait to get back to worship together. So thank you for your time.